Hey folks, we just got our XENO Plus from Louisville Slugger. This is the 2017 XENO Plus. So this is obviously a fast pitch softball bat that's performance based. It has a sister bat that's called the LXT Hyper this year. A couple unique things about this that are not different than the 2016 model. There are some differences which we'll get into in a second, but the XENO Plus is unique in that it has, well, I don't know if it's unique, but what its feature is that it actually has two barrels. You can't see the other one because it's in the side, but it has an outside barrel and an inside barrel. The outside barrel is actually quite flexible. The inside barrel works a little bit like a governor, so the bat, when it gets hit, it can actually pass standard tests. So this means that somebody who actually has a pretty slow swing speed or doesn't see a lot of fast pitches can still get maximum performance out of the barrel. And so can people who hit it hard. They can get maximum performance, but they're not just going to go over those limits. So across a lot of different pitch speeds, you can still get maximum performance. It's why the XENOs are really loved bat, really across all levels of the sport. At least, obviously in fast pitch. This is a 32 drop 10. It comes in a drop 8, a drop 9, a drop 10, and a drop 11. The 11 goes down to a 29 inch. So you can get this in a 28 ounce bat, which again, for younger players with this flexible outer wall, it just makes a ton of sense. The difference this year is that this transition piece, this is a two-piece composite bat, right? So that means they make the handle, and then they make the barrel, and then they fuse them together through this little transition piece right here. This year's transition piece is actually stiffer than last year's transition piece. That gives you a little bit more feel at contact. People will say it gives you more power when you have a stiffer transition piece. If you have massive bat speed and you're seeing crazy pitch speed, I can agree with you. But most people aren't going to be able to feel or see a real difference because their bat speed isn't crazy great, and they're not seeing top end pitching. But if you are, then sure, you might care about the transition that is a little stiffer this year, but most people don't. Or most people, they may care about it, but ultimately it doesn't matter. But again, two-piece composite. This is one of the best softball bats on the market. Louisville Slugger just puts a ton of effort into their fast pitch bats, and they probably, Louisville Slugger will say it's the #1 bat on the market. I don't know what, how. It's hard to make those kinds of claims. Is it, by way of performance, by way of, a collegiate uptake, by way of durability? I mean, there's lots of ways, I guess, to measure that. Hard to say that they're not on this list, and they very, very well could be tied for #1, if not just #1. Of course, it's approved in all your associations. But there you go. That's the 2017 XENO Plus. We're excited to get it out of the wrapper and in the cage, and get our review up on Just Bat Reviews.